Hey guys, Smitty here with Just Piddlin Barbecue. Today it's a cloudy, overcast day. Nice fall day. High of 53. Right now it's not quite there. So there's a little crispness in the air, and this is the perfect time to fire up your offset smoker. Today we're firing up the Lonestar Grillz 24x48 offset. I'm going to be burning a little bit of white oak and red oak. I love the red oak. I'm going to be doing 2 spatchcock chickens, plus a cast iron skillet full of root vegetables. I'll show you how to do that as well, so stay tuned. Alright, let's get this fire started. Let me show you how we got it set up. I got some Jealous Devil lump charcoal in there in a little pile, and then I've got some of my oak cuts on top. We're going to use that gas assist to get this fire started. And instead of buying fire starters, just get you a paper towel, put a little cooking oil on there, and then get that lit. Get that lit, and then you can start your fire assist. Alright, so while the offset smoker is heating up, we're going to talk about these chickens. Now, I'm going to do 2 spatchcock chickens today, whole chickens. And what I have done is I've spatchcocked them, which means I've removed the backbone from both the chickens. You just make 2 incisions down each side of the backbone, go through with your kitchen shears, or you can use a butcher knife and basically just cut the backbone out. Then you flip them over and you split that breastplate. Give it a little pressure. Give it a little pressure, and then that flattens it out. Flip it back over, and this is basically what you have, which is a flattened out or butterflied whole chicken. The reason why I like doing all my whole chickens or turkeys this way, I've got a video for spatchcocking a turkey as well, is that it cooks evenly all the way across the bird, top and bottom. And that's really what I like about it the most. Plus, you can get your seasoning on the bird evenly, and when your bird is done, it's a little bit easier to portion it out. So those are all the benefits of doing it this way. This is the way I do all of my whole turkeys and whole chickens. So let's season them up today. Going to be really simple: salt, pepper, and I'm going to add a little bit of Lowry seasoned salt, and that's going to be it. So let's go ahead and season them up. Now I'm going to flip them over first. Any little bits that you don't want in there, make sure you clean it really good. Let's get this bird flipped over. And we're just going to salt. This is kosher salt. I'm going to season it really well. Season it from up high so it gets evenly distributed over everything. Now this chicken is a Claxton poultry chicken. We live in Claxton, Georgia, so this is a local chicken. Now let's get some pepper. Now this is a coarse ground pepper. I like coarse pepper for a lot of the stuff that we do. And then let's get a little Lowry's seasoned salt in here. Again, when I do chickens, really anything, one hand is kind of the dirty hand with the glove, the other hand is clean. I'm not cross-contaminating my seasonings and all that stuff with these chicken juices. That's really not very healthy. I see people do it all the time and it drives me crazy, but we're not going to do it here. All right. Very nice. Now let's flip it over, and we do the top side. A little salt. Not using a binder or anything like that today. Just trying to keep it as simple as we can today. Alright, let's go in with the pepper. And the Lowry seasoned salt. And this is the 25% less sodium version, so I'm not going to be over salting it by putting salt and then the seasoned salt on there. Get behind those wings. We're going to call that good. Now we're going to go check on the fire, see if the offset smoker has come up to temperature, and then we're going to get them on. Alright guys, we're getting a nice, very faint smoke, which means our fire is burning nice and clean. That's going to give that meat some nice smoke flavor without being too overbearing. And that's exactly what we're looking for right there. Alright, these birds have been resting in the house in there with the seasoning on them for about 30 or 45 minutes, giving this fire time to come up to temperature. This side over here is at 200, this side's at roughly 245-ish. But what I have found is it usually starts out this way. The first time I open the lid and put meat on, once I close it, it always evens out within 5 degrees. That's just how this thing works, and I love it. Let's get this chicken on. And with this chicken, I think I'm going to go on the top rack with this chicken. Hopefully it don't fall off. Right there on top. Take the nasty gloves off. Slide her back in. And we're going to let that go, and now I'm going to show you the side that we're going to do. This is a side that we do all the time. We love it. It's easy, it's hearty, and we just like doing it. Great time of year to do it as well, around the holidays especially. And what we have in here: cut up sweet potatoes, cut up rutabagas, cut up carrots, cut up onions. Add whatever kind of vegetables you like. And then we are going to go in with some butter. And just cut this into some cubes and spread it around in the skillet. Now this is a rather large skillet. Then we're going to season it with some Oak Ridge Barbecue Dominator. It's a sweet rib rub, but I like this because with these vegetables, especially the sweet potatoes, I like a little sweeter rub, and it smells kind of like it's got some cinnamon in it, maybe a little coffee. I love it, so that's what we're going to go in with this. We're just going to give it a nice coating. And we're going to put it on just like this for maybe an hour. Just let that butter melt, get a little smoke on it, and then we're going to take some tin foil and cover it tightly with tin foil, and then we're going to let it go just until you can stick a meat probe into the vegetables and they're nice and tender. You hear that chicken cooking already. I'm going to put this on top as well, right by that chicken. Close the lid, and we're going to let it go for a little while. I'll let you know how long the chicken takes to cook. We're going to try to run around 250 degrees. Again, we're using white oak and red oak. With this red oak, I mean, I love cooking with red oak. My mom, she cooked with red oak when she had her barbecue restaurant. And my daddy, we lived in Tennessee, he always cut trees, and he would always try to cut red oaks. And I'll never forget the smell of that red oak, so I love cooking with it. Another note, I've made a conscious decision to kind of change directions with the channel, and some of y'all will probably notice it. Some of you might be, might not like it as well. Some of you are going to like it a lot more. And basically, I'm changing what I cook on for the most part, and I'm not sure exactly what direction that's going to go. We're going to see, and hopefully in the future a lot more stuff that is American made and not made in China or Vietnam or Mexico or anywhere else. I just feel like that's where I need to take the channel. I'll feel better about it, and so that's what we're going to start doing. So look forward to that. These chickens have been on about an hour. I've got some apple cider vinegar in my sprayer right here. I'm going to give them a little spritz. I'm also going to wrap our vegetables up in foil. So let's do that. Running at 250 right here on this temp gauge. 260 on this temp gauge. I'm okay with that. Get this bad boy open. Veggies looking good. The handle's hot. Got a little bit of sausage on there too. Those are looking good. Alright guys, it's been exactly 4 hours, roughly averaging about 250 degrees on the smoker. It has gotten dark on us, so I apologize for the lighting stuff, but we're fixing to take them off. The breasts are about 180 degrees, and the legs and thighs are around 190, 195 degrees, so they're well done. Color is great on them. We've already took the vegetables off and all that stuff. So we're fixing to take this chicken off, let it rest for a few minutes, and then we'll show you what it looks like and give it a taste test, see how we did. They look fantastic. Look at that. Beautiful color. Alright, let's get them inside. Alright guys, so once again, about 4 hours, pretty much on the dot as far as the cook time goes. Lonestar Grillz Offset did an amazing job. Fun to cook on. I could have cooked on it all day if we had started earlier in the day. Started at about 2 o'clock. It's a little after 6 now. So the darkness caught us a little bit, but that's all right. So let's see how we did. The color on these birds are amazing. So let's see how we did. We're going to cut the skin, and the thigh pulls right out. Same thing with this side. Cut that skin, and that thigh pulls right out. Beautiful color meat, juicy. Juice is running everywhere. Thing's still hot. There's some of the breast meat right there. Golly, that's hot. Get in here with that. I believe I can pull that leg bone straight out. Look at that. Let's try some of this dark meat. Great smoke color in here. I want that chunk right there. Whew, golly, that's hot. Ooh. That's salt and pepper. Perfect. A little bit of smoke flavor, not overdone, but the salt and pepper, I like it. Little chicken breast. Still plenty of juice. Love it. Great color on the dark meat. It really took in the smoke. Overall, I think it's a great cook. We're going to piece these apart. Going to eat one of these chickens tonight. And another chicken we're probably going to pull apart, put in some food saver bags, put those in the freezer. And the next time we make Brunswick stew, we're going to incorporate that with that. So if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, we'll be piddling. See you.